All right. Good morning or good evening, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's doing good today. So, here in the Philippines, it's Thanksgiving, November 26th, Thursday. So, I know back in the West, it's not Thanksgiving yet, but hopefully, you guys will have a good Thanksgiving tomorrow. I'm assuming, if I remember right, everybody's probably preparing the turkeys already the night before and a lot of the food and stuff the night before. I remember the turkey process, just thawing it out was like a night before process. So anyway, good to see everybody here. Ging will have her first Thanksgiving tomorrow. We're going to go to a place not that far away that we'll meet up with a bunch of friends, and they're going to have turkey and cranberry, all the traditional stuff. I don't think they have pumpkin pie, which is a shame. I haven't had that in years. Um, but it'll be the first time that she, as a Filipina, has ever tried turkey or cranberries. I think stuffing too. I don't think she's ever had stuffing, turkey, or cranberries. So it'll be interesting to see if she likes that or not. Um, Most Filipinos probably have never even tried turkey or cranberries or stuffing or pumpkin pie. That's all that stuff is pretty foreign here. You can get some of it here, obviously, but it's not readily available, and most people don't eat that stuff here. So yeah. So we'll just get right into it. I know there's just a lot going on in the Philippines. We got, I don't know if you guys saw my latest video, but Philippines is now again coming out saying they want to open up travel bubbles with other South or with other Asian countries. They're not saying anything about the U.S. or the U.K. or Canada or Australia. Or nobody like that. They're saying Asia. But of course, if the vaccine comes out, we'll have to see what happens. You know. In fact, funny or not funny, but my mom, who is in an assisted living home in Minnesota, messaged me today and said that they got a letter saying that the vaccine or the company is working with a local pharmacy to get vaccines out to them. So it looks like they're trying to implement this vaccine here. Again, I know like half the people adamantly no, no way will I take it, and the other half are like, yeah, sure, I'll take it so I can travel again or go to the Philippines. But interesting times. We'll have to see what happens. So happy Thanksgiving, Roy. Thank you for coming in today. And we have a new winner. We knocked Ron off his throne. It's JM Adventures first comment of the day. Durian rocks, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There, I said it. You know, I don't like durian itself, but I will eat durian ice cream, and I've had durian candy, and that's okay. Excuse me, but I don't really like durian fruit. It just smells too much, and uh, it's just the texture and stuff is just kind of weird for me. So not really for me. Um, let's see. So JM says, nice weather here in Amos Cavite. Not so hot here. Everything is normal for now. No lockdown or anything. I'm looking for information on fertility specialists. We're having trouble getting a baby. Okay. Well, JM, I know in Japan, I think it's like $3,000. You can get in vitro fertilization, IVF, and you get to choose the sex of the baby. Honestly, if I was going to probably look into something like that, you're better off flying over. I mean, obviously you can't right now, but Malaysia is known for medical tourism, and so is Thailand. Their medical facilities just are much better than the Philippines. If you're looking into something a little more advanced like that, you're probably better off heading off to Thailand or Malaysia when you get a chance. So, the Bard, good evening, all. Good evening to you. We'll get to your question Bard in just a second. I know you put some comments down there. Hey, Scott, good to see you. And thanks for being a YouTube member. I appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Low of 49 degrees and rain. Yesterday, 30 degrees and snow. I don't miss it, that's for sure. And exotic Filipina. Okay. Ron has been dethroned. That's right, Michael. In fact, I don't even see Ron here today. Sounds like you're in the Midwest. Yes, with those temperatures, I would say you're probably good chance of it being in the Midwest. So the Bard's question is, by the way, my fiance shared something yesterday with me. Long story short, the Philippines will probably let international visitors in if they intend on marrying or start the K1. Anybody know anything? I have not heard anything, and I scour the news daily to see what's going on so I can share it with you guys. I have not seen anything on that. I honestly, I don't think it's likely, um, because how could you prove that? Hey, I'm serious. My intention is on marrying this girl. Please let me in. I don't know how you would prove something like that. Now, maybe if you've already filed paperwork or something on a K1, just to start the K1. However, even right now, the American embassy is not even doing interviews or processing those. So even if you want to get married here, you can't do the go through immigration right now. I've not been able to find any official information about it at all. Yeah, I've heard nothing. Maybe she's talking about the Love Is Not Tourism movement that's going on here, which really hasn't been too successful. Did you look on the BI website, Immigration DOT? Yeah, I just recently I saw the comment before I started the live stream, and I didn't find anything on it. All right, let's see. I'm about to petition my fiance. Hope I can go soon if this info is correct. I hope it is correct. I really wish it would be correct for a lot of people. I know they want to be together again, but I don't think it is, guys. I'm spending the night in Lowell, Indiana tonight, but got to go into Chicago Burbs tomorrow to make a delivery. And Scott, I just dropped in Ohio, came back up for Friday load. Okay, so I think we got a few truck drivers here. Sounds like. So, Jam, I'm in the Philippines now, but I don't think if I leave, I'll be able to come back for a long time, if ever. If ever, huh? Why not ever? And Ronnie, good to see you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, today technically is Thanksgiving. When we called the restaurant to have our Thanksgiving meal, we decided on they gave us an option. We could do Thanksgiving on today or Friday. I chose Friday because I know that my family's probably having Thanksgiving at that exact time. So I just thought it'd be really it's Thanksgiving on Friday here is Thanksgiving over there. So I thought it'd be better to do it that way. Slow explosion, Geo. How can I sponsor a sorry for a lady family in the Philippines? I can sponsor from the US until I can travel. Hook me up with some sources. Well, it doesn't take much. She's got to go in and get the licensing first. And I don't know a whole lot about opening a sorry store. I know that a lot of them fail. And the reason why they fail is they go out and buy all the products. And unfortunately, family and friends and neighbors that all know each other are always saying, "Hey, can you spot me a Coke? You know, can you, borrow me money or, give me whatever, and I'll pay you back next week." And they never pay back. But meanwhile, your stock is being depleted, and you got to go back. You got to go to the store and buy more stock. And so a lot of sorry stores do that and end up going out of business. So a lot of sorry stores, the more successful ones, you'll see big signs there: no loans, um, you know, no product that only cash. That's the only way to go. You got to be strict, and you can't let family members, I've seen sorry stores. It's like where the kids and cousins and family, they're just walking into the store and grabbing product and walking out. But yeah, I don't think it really takes a whole lot to open a sorry store. Just she's got to go down and get her the licensing, which I'm sure she knows where. And then you go off to the grocery store and buy a bunch of products, and they sell it all individually. Hopefully, when they open back up, you can go wherever you want to and come back. Yeah. So we've got a few semi drivers here, a few drivers here. Hey, David, good to see you. How's everybody doing? And I got my doubts. Something seems like nothing is going to go back to normal, but that's just my conspiracy theory mindset talking. I really don't know if life will go back to normal ever. I tend to agree with you. I'm worried that things will not be back to normal, not the normal that we know. And then the Philippines is coming out with the better than normal slogan, which would not be better than normal for me. So, hello, Dessa's Hangout Haven. Good morning. And they are advising no large Thanksgiving gatherings here. Well, that's probably not a bad idea, I suppose. What holidays do they celebrate in the Philippines? New Year's, Christmas. They have their own Independence Day. They've got all kinds of festivals. Almost every city has their own like little festival. So, you know, they have their National Heroes Day, and there's a lot. So, I'll be in Vegas from LA. Hate turkey, and Vegas has great food. I'm not really a huge turkey fan, to be honest. Dark meat with gravy, and I'll eat it, but I'm not. Otherwise, I'm not a huge Thanksgiving fan. I like cranberries. I like pumpkin pie. I like stuffing. I like mashed potatoes. But yeah. So hey, Larry, happy Turkey Day to you as well, or tomorrow for you. And John, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving from a former pilgrim. So, buddy, are you going to have Thanksgiving down in Mexico? And hey, Randy, greetings from Korea. Nice to finally catch you live. Happy Thanksgiving to all. Good to see you, Randy. And Ed, good to see you as always. Another YouTube member. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I used to work at Plymouth Plantation and manage the Mayflower. So go more hike. I'm planning on just calling my mom on the phone this year to be safer. Yeah. Well, my mom is locked up at the assisted living home, so they're not even allowed visitors or anything. Durian is, I mean, expensive are relative, I guess, to who, but it is a more expensive fruit. So is the dragon fruit here, but yeah. So I wonder what attempt the Philippines government will make to vaccinate the people in the slums. I hope they aren't overlooked. Well, you got the slums, you've got the deep provinces. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Ed. You're lucky to be in the Philippines. St. Louis, Missouri bars and restaurants forced to close by the county executive. A living history museum. Very cool. Thailand. So, Chris, you're in Thailand right now? By the way, Thailand is open now. You can get there when it's a much lower amount than before, as far as the amount you have to show that's in the bank. I was a professional role player. Cool. I used to go when I lived in Central Florida. We had a place called Medieval Times. I know there's a few of them around. I think there's even one in Vegas and stuff. It's pretty cool. So Philippines is a joke unless it's in Makati or St. Luke's or Asian hospital. Good facilities, but more expensive. Yeah, Chris, that's kind of what I was saying. Go to Malaysia or Thailand for medical. Really, that's where you want to go. Hey, all. Kirsten from Raleigh, North Carolina, original from Denmark. Happy Thanksgiving, even though I have to work. Hey, how you doing today? Thanks for being a YouTube member, by the way. How often have you got sick in your travels? Is the problems with unclean food common in the Philippines? Can you drink the water there? You most definitely cannot drink the water. When you get here, you're probably going to get um, diarrhea. That's just the way it is. Takes a little while for your body to get used to it. You can do the best that you can. Brush your teeth with bottled water. Um, you know, um, Try to avoid foods that are washed with just tap water, and make sure your meat is well cooked. Try not to eat the street food. And eventually you'll get over it. I don't, nothing, I can drink the regular water now, no problem. You're a historian. Oh, okay. Very cool. Distilled water is available anywhere. It's great to drink and it's cheap. Ron ate too much turkey and is sleeping. Yeah, that's right. What is that chemical in turkey? Tryptamine or tryptamine? I can't remember the word. Maybe somebody knows. Met thousands of women. Could I share the link to you? It's a Twitter post. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. No hell should have been. Hey, sorry guys. I lived in the Philippines over 12 years. Never got sick from the water. I'm from Texas. Yeah. Um, I never got sick here. I only got like diarrhea a few times when I first came in. So, hey Gio, any information on where I can transfer money to have it safe and accessible for me to come to Surigao? I plan on staying for 6 months a year when I can get there. Yeah, honestly, open up a Remitly account. That's the best way. Or you can do TransferWise, and both are in my description down below, so you can check that out. TransferWise or Remitly. Use my links for the free transfers and free amount. Let's see. Hey Dale, good to see you. No turkey today. Lechon manok and green bean casserole. Good. Yeah, green bean casserole is awesome. Yes, we have a good course of clean water here. We have water refilling stations, and our bottled water is affordable. I am from somewhere in Manila. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of refilling stations. Yeah, it's not a problem. How hard would it be for my fiance to get a tourist visa if the K1 application has been accepted? Pretty hard. My understanding is the K1 visa is pretty hard. So, hey, we got Ron here. Good morning, Ron. We were just talking about you, Ron. You were not the first comment of the day. So, here in LA. And happy Thanksgiving, Ricky. So, Wena Guape, good morning, Gio. My boyfriend's from Germany. I will be in Dubai for Kiss Band for New Year's Eve. Wow. Kiss 2020 goodbye. I hope Philippines will be open by January so he comes straight here. Yeah, let's cross our fingers and hope so. I wish you guys the best of luck. Uh, I mix it. When I lived in Leyte, I drank tap water. In Metro Manila, I drink tap water. It depends on the area. It was mainly a mix. Good question. Real F word, friends and family. So it's bad when you have cheeky people around your stores. Haha, be a tough store owner, no credit. Yeah, that's exactly right. Because that happens. You have to be strict, right? Yeah. Can you use American Express credit card easily in the Philippines? Not really. I see it some places at like in the malls, but otherwise you would want to have a Visa or MasterCard. Much better. Maybe a cash rewards card. It's better to be safe and just drink bottled water. Yep. I wouldn't suggest a sorry store. You'll carry the weight of utang, basically debt. You'll be a bank. If you say no, often the family will reject. Depends on girl which side she picks, sadly. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of opening a sorry store. It's unless it's going to be professionally done in a nice little store. I wouldn't do it. Are the cars in the Philippines left or right hand driver? It's exactly like the states. It's like the states. Hey, good morning, Jim. It's not Thanksgiving Day here. It's your girlfriend's birthday. Okay. Oh, enjoy your beach front walks and the meals. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're getting ready to do another one here pretty shortly. After COVID vaccine is given, COVID 2 will strike 2022. Oh man, can't imagine. Normal like the U.S. I'd move back, but frankly, China is problematic for the Philippines. CCP is a problem for many countries, but it's changing, not for the best. Yep. Yep. Please put the sign, no credit today. Please come back tomorrow in front of your store so the buyers would be aware. That's a good idea, Des, for sure. Um, so happy Thanksgiving. I'm new here. I used to live in the Philippines over 12 years. Awesome. So, Chris, I'm assuming you like Thailand better. I certainly like the infrastructure and the food better. So, hello to Korea. Go Rock. Rock Army. Yeah. My wife is on business number 3. Shares garden. I've warned her 3 strikes and you're out. The businesses come and go quickly here for sure. You and me both, but I'm very suspicious about this whole COVID. I think a lot of people are. Thailand is allowing Americans for 60-day tourist visa extendable up to 90 days. That is correct. And now they waived the large deposit. You do have to use one of their facilities to quarantine for 14 days. And my understanding is they run you around 1,200 US for a 14-day quarantine. Go more hike. You're absolutely right. China is buying out so much real estate they won't even hire Filipinos. They are not friends to the Filipinos. I promise you that. Happy Thanksgiving, Rick. Say hi to gang. Enjoy you both. I appreciate that, guys. Sounds like 2 strikes too many. Yeah. I meant Thailand is cheap for medical tourism. I'm in Houston, Texas now. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. I'm 71, had so many turkey dinners in my life, it doesn't even taste good to me. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you have. Yeah, I haven't had turkey in over 4 years, so we'll give it a shot tomorrow. Yeah, I think there's a delay with my messages. Sorry about that. No, no, that's okay. I understand now. So, good morning, Daryl. And Ricky's over in Wilmington, North Carolina. Well, they let the businesses come in and have ownership. I was at a print shop just yesterday or 2 days ago, and it was owned by a Chinese guy. So, hey, Paul, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Starting tomorrow, no more outdoor dining for 3 or 4 weeks. Wow. Are there places that are unsafe for Americans? Well, it wouldn't just be for Americans, but the Zamboanga del Sur in Mindanao is not an area you would want to go to. Certain areas of Manila, you don't want to wander around by yourself. So, yeah, there are some areas. Samar, you got to be careful of um, the New People's Army, MPA. So, yeah, we are going to a restaurant about 20 minutes from here, meeting up with a bunch of friends. We're gonna have a Thanksgiving buffet for like I think it's like $10. So yeah, that's it. Tryptophan. Tryptophan. Yeah. Hey, good morning, Daryl. Everything's open in Guadalajara. Yeah. My name's still dubious. I'm thinking you were a LARPer. Yeah, they do. They do have turkeys here, Justin. Yeah, believe it or not, they do. Famous Argentine soccer player Maradona died today at 60. Well, that's a pretty young age. Yeah, I've heard of him. I've heard of him. Yeah. Definitely selling real estate to Chinese, especially in Metro Manila. Yep. So I just remembered a South Park episode from years ago. It was a Western town where actors were role playing like in the Old West. They wouldn't even drop character. Yeah. Yeah, there are. There are. And the unemployment's still extreme. It's like 50%. It's crazy. Hey Keith, good to see you. How you doing? Yeah, Rambling Rick, Charles Schwab account is the way to go. Yep. You depends. You can buy a condo. You can open a business, but you have to have a Filipino partner. Hey, thank you, David. I appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving to you. So, if things get really crazy here in the U.S., I want to transfer all my banking to the Philippines. What is the best bank in the Philippines? Really, you'd want to transfer all your money to the Philippines bank? I don't know if I would do that, David. Honestly, you're better off going to Singapore and getting a bank there. But BPI or BDO are the bigger banks, if that's something you'd want to do. Hey, Mark, how you doing? How hard is it to sponsor someone to Canada? That I don't know, Mark. I really don't know. But yeah, I don't. Maybe else somebody else can answer that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I've spent time in Makati. Yep. Uh, Near Greenbelt and near the mall there. Wondering if that's a decent place to settle in Metro Manila for ladies. Good condos. Well, there's a lot of good condos. Absolutely. Um, Dating will be phenomenal. There'll be girls that are city girls. There'll be girls that are from all the different provinces that come to Manila to work. So you will get your mix. So yeah, you got to get used to the traffic. Anytime you want to go somewhere, you got to go through a lot of traffic just to get out. So it's extremely hard to get a tourist visa, Keith. Extremely hard. They have to prove that they've got money, a job, reasons to go back to the Philippines, so they don't overstay. It's hard. It's hard. In the third world, they use a tremendous amount of salt. This is because it strengthens the stomach acids. They do not know that's why they use so much salt, but it is passed down tradition. Huh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I have to go with Go More Hike. Honestly, I don't trust the Philippines banking here. I've had some few horror stories. I tried to add a Vimeo, but it wouldn't let me. I won't even drink tap water in the States. I don't drink tap water in the States either. I just drink bottled or, the big jugs. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. Can I buy turkey there? You can buy a turkey here. Yeah. Yep. I have. Yeah, John, I used one. You can use it at the grocery store. You can use it at the mall. I used it just the other day, actually. And that's the way a certain someone pronounces China. Okay. So, Salvador, hello from Florida. How you doing today? I'm from Florida myself. Hello. So, waiting for my COVID results from tests today. Well, good luck. Hopefully, you're clear. I've gotten some bad hangovers lately. Each time I thought I had COVID for a few days. Wow. Lay off the drinking. If you open a sorry store and are successful, someone will open one beside you to cut into your business. Wayne, that there's never been a truer statement. So if you open up a laundromat, yes, and it's successful, someone's going to open up a laundromat across the street. Restaurant, they're going to open one right next door. It's just the way it works in the Philippines. I love Makati, Mr. Vegas. I would not go anywhere else to live. Bars are great, more expensive than in the boonies, but food is not bad. Korean food is also great, and Makati is very modern. Yep, Makati is. I stayed in a very nice condo twice, and I liked it. So we did well with our sorry store in Bohol. I didn't give anyone product on credit. Yep, that's what you have to do. You have to be extremely strict. You can't give out credit. Absolutely. Sorry, I only mentioned Thailand as an alternative to Japan for the in vitro fertilization. I've been to Thailand once long ago for an exit turnaround. Not a huge fan of Thailand. Oh, okay. See, the infrastructure and the food is much better than the Philippines, though, I would say. What bank are you using? Charles Schwab for the free ATM fees or USAA? I use USAA because it's fine for me. I get $15 refunded, which is three ATMs withdrawals, and that's all I need. So it works fine. I do have a Schwab account now, but I still like my USAA account. But Schwab is good. How much is Balut US? Oh, it's like 10 cents or 20 cents per egg or something. It's cheap. So here we get vaccinated for COVID end of the year or January. Hope it makes exception to travel. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people are hoping that it's going to allow them to travel because right now, a lot of people want to get out here, and a lot of people refuse. Right? You know. So, by the way, if you haven't, in the community tab, I did put up a poll on who would be willing to take the vaccine or who wouldn't. So, Ray, I bought a condo in Makati 4 years ago. The Chinese buy up lots of the new condos in pre sale. Also, like 20% of my building is Chinese, just some info. Hmm. Are there food oysters in the Philippines? Is there a certain seafood that is popular there? There's a lot of different fish varieties here that are very popular. Um, they love shrimp. You don't really see lobster out here. You don't really see crab is somewhat popular, but it's expensive. But yeah. So hello, Jeffrey. Hi, Gio. Happy Thanksgiving. And what are some of the best places to buy fish? Well, the tuna capital of the Philippines would be General Santos in Mindanao. They actually have a big tuna festival too. But there are a lot of places, really, any kind of all over the Philippines, you're getting fresh fish, especially if you're right on the ocean. But there's a lot of places. I had about $400 withdrawal from my Schwab account from a Manila ATM after I left the Philippines. Schwab reimbursed me after a short investigation. Um, that happened to me with USAA. I went to an ATM here in the Philippines once and withdrew 20,000 pesos, and no money came out, but the money went out of my account. And I contacted USAA, and they refunded the money. And I've had really good luck with customer service with USAA, and therefore I just will plan on keeping them. I never get tired of turkey, dude. No, I turkey's good, but I wouldn't eat. It's good once a year. Let's see here. Hey Jim, Geo, do you know any vlogger channels in Samar? I haven't had much luck finding videos of people in the area around Kalbayog. Jim, I don't. I don't really know anybody. And I wish I was vlogging at the time. But I had went to Kalbayog about 3 years ago, and I was there for about a week, and I had a really cool experience there. Going to some village. I was right next to the mountain where we had to actually take a boat across the river and then hike like a quarter of a kilometer just to get to this little village. It was pretty cool. But no, I don't know any vloggers in Samar. Costa Rica, no quarantine, no problems. Yeah, Kevin, Latin America, Colombia, Mexico, all kinds of places like that. Yeah. So, hey, Jeffrey, happy Thanksgiving to the both of you. And what are some of the best places? Okay, we already got that one. What are popular beer brands there, and what style of beer are they? Well, I'm not a beer drinker, but San Miguel, which is like oh, I don't know. It's like a light beer, and then you've got what's the other one? Red Horse, which is pretty strong, and I don't really like it. Red Horse is kind of gross for me. Huh? Need a second? Okay, guys, I'm just going to be 1 second. Hold on here. Oh, okay, that's fine. Just close the door. Sorry, I was Ging was talking to me. We had a clogged sink, and we got the plumber here. Mark, Canada is difficult to sponsor. Okay, I'm glad somebody could answer that because I couldn't. So, Juliet, how you doing? Ayun Buntag from Malaysia. Happy Thanksgiving, both of you. Thank you, Juliet. David, I think there is a Morgan Chase Bank there in Manila, best bank in the world. Huh, that might be the way to go. Coors Light. I've never seen Coors Light here. Nope, I haven't seen it. Fried squid. Yeah, squid adobo. Yep, I've seen that. I think they're worried about the 35,000 young ex-military Chinese, more of a possible internal security threat, I've been told. Yeah, Ed, and that is why they suspended the SRRV applications as of right now. Even getting a visitor's visa to Canada for Filipina is difficult, many prerequisites. Yeah, but I would imagine. Only easier way to get there is if you're a Filipina nurse. No way I'd send money to a Philippines bank. Singapore is definitely a better option. I agree. Yeah, I had I still have a Philippines bank. I took my money out of it. I don't like the banks here. I don't trust it. Really inefficient sometimes. So I heard Bonifacio Global City is taking the place of Makati as the best place to be near Manila. Any truth to that? It is even more modern and it is nice. I would say that's probably the case. Tap water here is cleaner than Avion water. Trev Boy, can you tell us one of your Philippines banking horror stories? We never heard it. Sure. Well, the one was I withdrew the 400, 20,000 pesos, which is the max. Nothing came out, but they subtracted it from my bank. Thank God my bank in the U.S. handled it. That was one. The other one is I had a extra charge. This was a Goda travel site, and Agoda double charged me for the hotel. Like I paid like $200 for the hotel, and they ended up charging the 200 twice. I called Agoda and they said, no, it's not on our end, it's your bank. So they said, go contact your bank. It wasn't from us, it was your bank who did it. So I went to the bank and they said, okay, we can investigate it. And I said, okay, great. So how long will this investigation take? And she said about 2 to 3 months. So literally, it wasn't a lot of money. It was $200, but it took them like a month, at least maybe 5 weeks before they refunded the 200 back into my account. In the West, they would have refunded the money right away and then said, we'll investigate it, or they would have investigated it like immediately. But here it took them 5 weeks to do the investigation. And I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Much rather have my bank in like a bank in like Singapore. I still have a Viet bank account in Vietnam, but Singapore I hear is the way to go. And I guess it's really easy to open a bank account there too. So, Mr. Vegas, Geo, I don't drive a motorcycle or scooter. Would you recommend buying a cheap used car in the Philippines? Yeah, because cars are literally 30% more expensive than the West because of the import taxes. So used would be the way to go. You could also buy one of those like little motor cabs, pedicabs, or whatever, those little small vehicles. That might be a way to go too. I just read that they are still having the Macy's parade, but we are not allowed to go visit family. Crazy, right? That makes a lot of sense. 35,000 sounds like 35,000 red flags to me. Thanks. We'll try SM. There's no alcohol being sold in Davao right now. Yeah. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Really hope the tourism is allowed by June, July 2021. Haven't seen my girlfriend since July 2019. Hope to visit for 2 months. I would say it's probably a pretty safe bet that you could make it out by that time frame. I'll see what others' opinions are on that, but I think that's a pretty safe bet. I think you could make it out here. Let's see. Yeah, you can eat cranberry sauce here. I actually have seen it in the store. They have a specialty section for imported goods for the foreigners. It's pretty small here in Dumaguete. They have a pretty big section in Cebu and Manila and stuff. But yeah, you can get it. Um, Hello from Oklahoma, Elizabeth Praise and Worship Songs. How you doing? Gay in the house. Hello from Alabama. So, Ed, example in Dominican Republic, I eat a meal with some Dominican friends. I use no salt. The Dominicans with me salt down their food. I get sick. They don't. Hmm. So, Salvador, I lived in Winter Haven, Polk County, hoping to move to the Philippines as soon as this COVID-19 ends. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Winter Haven. I lived in Orlando. I put one out of business that is called competition. Yeah. Come to Finland here. The water is super clean. Yeah, but it's also very cold too. Hey, Gio, do you ever regret sharing your life publicly? I was thinking of doing a channel for business tips. Yeah, Ray. I do. I get a lot of trolls, and it's just part of it's part of vlogging. But if I did a channel again, I probably wouldn't be so public. But it is what it is. You'll have trolls. You'll have people attack you no matter what. It doesn't matter. So you just kind of go on and just ignore it. But yeah, I mean, you could, your face doesn't have to be on the camera. There's plenty of vlogs out there where people don't even show their face. So, yeah. So, sorry, stories sound like you're collecting change all day. Hard to make money on dollar sales. Ed, it's hard. I mean, they're only making pesos on each individual product because, yeah. They don't even get it wholesale. They buy it from like the grocery store. It's not like they order it from the manufacturer. So, yeah. Is it feasible to use my US Direct Express card instead of dealing with banks? Are ATM fees crazy high? They're $5. ATM fees are $5, 250 pesos. So you do get it refunded back on like all your Charles Schwab transactions overseas. So yeah, I have found it a couple places, John. I've got it here in Dumaguete. I found it, but yeah, it's obviously it's not real common. So my girlfriend did a balut challenge vlog, explore with floor. It's funny. I added to it at the end. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, the balut. No, thank you. So I once lived in Salcedo Village in Makati. It's very nice. You're right about the food in Thailand now that I think about it. My wife's mother takes Equinil twice a week for preventive for COVID. Time for thumbs up, guys. I appreciate that. And thanks for being a YouTube member, by the way. Yeah, if you guys don't mind hitting the thumbs up, it does help with the whole YouTube algorithm thing. So I would appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Hello to Huntsville. I don't like crabs, they itch. So, how are you doing from Spokane? Happy Thanksgiving. Easer. Oh, good channel, by the way, Geo. Glad to have found it. Thanks. I appreciate that, Chris. I'm sure you're a wealth of information after 12 years in the Philippines. You must have, you got more experience than I do. Um, I have a little bit of a different experience than a lot of people here in the Philippines, in the fact that I actually really kind of became part of the Philippine society here a bit more than most people because I worked here for 2 years, 2 years and 1 month in Cebu, and I worked with over 1,000 Filipino teachers. And so I really got to know like Filipinos, you know what I mean? Not kind of not from the outside looking in, but I was on the inside looking. So I got a pretty good peek at really what it's like to live and work and be in the Philippines and live kind of like that. So my experience was a lot different than most people because most people come here and they retire and they're almost like in a vacation mode their whole time. But me, I was living, working, same thing. So you won't get rich off a sorry store, but it's a nice supplement if you are on Social Security. I made about 300 US dollars a month profit. Yeah, that's not a whole lot, but that would be enough for most Filipinos to live on. Yeah. Net fishing here. Oh, net fishing. So, Chris, that happened to me with HSBC in Robinson Place. Latte ATM, 35K pesos, didn't dispense, but it was fixed within a few days. Yeah, I called up my bank, USAA, and they put the money back into my account immediately while they're investigating. And here in the Philippines, when I went to my bank, they don't do anything like that. They investigate it first and then decide whether they'll put it into your account. So, hey, Pet Star, good to see you. Hi, Geo. Just got on. My plane ticket is booked for December 7th, so happy to leave the States. December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. That was my dad's birthday too, actually. So, Pet Star, are you married to a Filipino? How are you getting to the Philippines? Just out of curiosity. Uh, well, I'd like to, but the exchange rate isn't that good for me. Also, the travel expenses. I do like hiking. Oh, Viking culture and documentaries about them. Would love to see Iceland too. Oh, you're talking about Finland. Can I bring you in Ging something from the States? Hmm. I'll have to think about that. Maybe I can message you after and think about it. On the spot, I can't really think of anything that I really need. Yeah, the dollar is taking a hit. Definitely is. Red Horse, 8%, 7%. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Of course, I was stationed in Germany when I was in the army, and the alcohol content there is quite heavy too. Have you tried tuba? Ajalina tuba is the best. Great beverage in Leyte and Samar. Jungle wine, some call it. Good stuff. 15 pesos for a liter. No, I haven't. I did try coconut wine in Samar. That was interesting. Red Horse or Mad Dog 2020. I don't know. I'm not really a drinker. My Filipino girlfriend doesn't even trust the Philippines bank. She tells me to keep our savings in my U.S. bank. Yeah, I have to agree. I don't trust it if something happens. I really don't. Gio, are you still focused on Malaysia when things finally open up? Any backup countries you've been considering? Yeah, Malaysia's still the country. I would consider Vietnam again, honestly. Um, Latin America would be number three, but honestly, the my time in the Philippines is drawing uh, to an end pretty soon here. And channel name, the name will change on the channel, and I'm going to be probably traveling much more, not being locked into one spot. So I heard Boracay is a nice place to stay in the Philippines and has good hotels to stay. Have you ever been to Boracay before? No, I haven't. It's certainly a good vacation destination, I know, but I certainly wouldn't live there. Not enough going on that one small island for me. Yeah, I like the being FDIC insured as well. You can get good beef from Australia. Um, Other countries, yeah, you can get the same thing. You get Australian beef is readily available, and so yeah, you can get some good beef. Turkey causes drowsiness because of a nutrient called tryptophan. Because the body's unable to manufacture tryptophan on its own, it must be obtained from food protein. Ah, okay. Banks here have nothing like FDIC. No, they don't. They do insure, but I think what is it like 100,000 pesos or something? I don't know what it is. It's not a lot. You like Mad Dog, the bottle fits right into your back pocket. The theory goes turkey contains tryptophan, which is a key ingredient of serotonin and melatonin. Tryptophan in the turkey boosts serotonin to make you happy and melatonin to make you sleepy. Yeah, you know what? You need that sign in the Philippines. If you're going to have a business here in the Philippines, you need sorry, out of stock, sir. Yeah. In my case, it was a scam. Someone stole my debit card info, in ATM pin, and withdrew money. They did 3 transactions. Wow. Did you get that money back or no? So if you use a credit card in the Philippines, make sure you are watching your statement details daily. I had a bunch of charges to mine one time in Manila. Funny part was it was a prepaid and I had a zero balance. Metrobank, I don't know. I think it was insured up to a certain amount, but I'm not sure. Uh, Tap water, bottled water, and quality tests in Finland, tap water has been found to be significantly cleaner than bottled water. Recent research by the National Public Health Institute. Yeah. One thing is, I know people that will reuse their bottle, so their plastic bottle. They'll drink a bottle of water and then they'll fill it back up again. And when you do that, it's got all the bacteria from your mouth, and it really becomes like a petri dish, just full of bacteria and stuff. So they say don't. If you use the plastic bottle, don't reuse it. Now, if you want to use like a thermos and you scrub it out and clean it, then that's fine. But somehow forced through 2,000 in purchases. Well, I would imagine you couldn't be responsible for it. So, Hubby Bear Adventures, thank you. I appreciate that. And depends where buy beef. In my opinion, it's not great unless you go to Makati or a high-end grocery store regarding beef in province. Sometimes it's Carabao. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't buy beef in the province here. No. And hey, Stephen, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving from Central Florida. Metro Bank is supposed to have 10,000 peso insurance per account. Yeah, that's not very much, though, right? Mid 2021 is my best guess. See, I think if the vaccine comes out, I think it could be earlier, but we'll see. I've never found pumpkin pie. I found turkey, I found cranberry, stuffing, but not pumpkin pie. So, doing my best to get caught up on the comments here. And Scott, thank you so much for the um, super chat. I appreciate that. Thanks. It certainly does help towards our dinner. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, we actually it's very cheap. I think it's $10 for all you can eat buffet for Thanksgiving buffet. That's a pretty good deal. Let's see here. Okay. Wow, I'm really behind in comments. I'm going to try my best to go as quickly as I can here. Is Budweiser sold there? About Natural Light? I don't know about Natural Light. I have seen Budweiser here. I'm going to do a lightning round of getting through comments. The nearest ATM is always out of service. That's true, or they run out of money. You're in Dumaguete. I've been to Bais and Dumaguete City. Love it there. Yeah, Bais is great for scuba diving, and I think Bais has the dolphin watching and sandbar there. Dogs too in the province. Whipped cream. Yeah, I haven't seen whipped cream either. Funny sign from out of the service ATM. No money, no honey. Can you tell me what you know about Bhutan and Agusan del Norte? I actually know quite a few foreigners that live there. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know it's relatively safe. And I do know a lot of foreigners that like it up there. It's a pretty quiet place. So, yeah, I don't know a whole lot, though. BGC is very modern, but more expensive than Makati. Plus, Makati really has more places to hang around. Yeah, Burgos and Rockwell Mall and Greenbelt Mall, Glorietta. Glorietta is really cool. So is Greenbelt. High-end malls. SNR sometimes has whipped cream in the can. Okay, I think I have seen it there. Do people really drive at night without their headlights on? Why? Motorbikes, yes. Two reasons. One, the lights are simply out and they don't have the money to buy a new bulb. Two, they have some crazy concoction that headlights waste gas. And if they do, it would be so minute that I don't know why they would take the chance. But yeah, you got to be really careful. Paul Gio, do you think the Philippines will wait to open until they get all the people in the Philippines vaccinated first? No, I don't. I think if you're outside coming in and you're vaccinated, you can't. I think you'd be okay, but I don't know. I really don't know. EGC is good if you are 18. Seems like a lot of teenagers there at clubs, but they charge you like $20 for clubbing there in BGC with the youngsters. Gio, hoping they put the retirement visas again. I'm an Army retiree. I'm at 100% disabled and receive Social Security. Well, you're doing pretty good, Salvador. Yeah, I think it's like a $1,500 deposit. It's least expensive of the SRRVs. Tuan has a very fast river. Can you spend US dollars there without exchanging them? No. No, you got to exchange. Also, no jeepneys in BGC, so it smells cleaner, and they have St. Luke's Hospital, which is cheap and world class. Huh. $20, that's crazy for the Philippines, yeah. Thank you for sharing. I always enjoy. Be safe. Love the Philippines. Sober Maganda. Hey, take care. I appreciate you watching, by the way. So, it's amazing to me that some Philippine girls work full-time jobs for about 8,000 pesos per month, 170. How can they survive on that without help? They have a roommate. They live in a boarding house together. They eat just rice. Their boarding houses cost like 1,000 pesos a month, and they still find a way to send mom and dad a couple thousand pesos a month. It's extremely hard life. I've got interviews of some of the girls that I've interviewed have told me about that, making even less. So thanks for the thumbs up, Gary. Appreciate that. You have to keep sorry, well stocked with products that other stores in your area don't sell. I used draws too. Yeah, that's a good idea. Have to disagree with the sorry store money. My fiance opened a sorry store with money I invested. She is making no less than 5,000 pesos per week, and averages 7,500 pesos a week. That's fantastic, Ralph. Yeah, if she can make that much, she's doing quite good. She must have a pretty good location and a busy area. So leave funds in the US or transfer there. I would leave funds in the US. There's no need to take them out. Ging, I think she's just excited to see, she would probably would love like a place like Disney World, which is super freaking expensive. She wants to see snow and yeah, 170 buys a lot of rice. It certainly does. I have some info on travel to the Philippines. I heard February 2021 we'll be able to go there. This comes from a good source. We'll see. I hope you're right, Pet Star. I really do. I hope you're right. Where are you located? Dumaguete, Philippines. That's why you make in real estate. One sale can make you 20,000, for example, depending on property, of course. Geo, hi. Can you find organic and vegan food in the Philippines? You can. It's going to be really hard in the province. If you're living in a big city, not so hard. You can find it. In fact, I used to go to a health food store in the mall all the time in Cebu, and I bought a lot of stuff there. So in a big city, not so difficult. If you're in the province, forget about it. It's going to be hard. Let's see here. Yeah, man, if anything I can do to help, I worked here as well. I was a musician and recording studio engineer. I never really did the tourism thing in my experience. Yeah, so we're we're kind of the same. We both have a different perspective because most people come here and they live here and they kind of are like a full-time tourist, right? Full-time on vacation and so for us it was a bit different. Yeah. 75 a week, 40-hour week, you make about $1 an hour. Yeah, that's not great. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So you're coming for sure. That's awesome. If we're lucky in the US, they will start vaccinating in December. Yeah. Direct flight from LAX. I live in Vegas. Okay. So are you taking PAL, Philippines Airlines? So Ben E, hello Geo, happy Thanksgiving from Melbourne, Florida. Very cool. Melbourne. I used to go to Melbourne Beach all the time. Oh, very cool. Ed, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Have a good Thanksgiving as well. Appreciate that, guys. Let's see here. So, oh, you have a place in Imus Cavite. Okay. Spouse visa took 5 days to get. That's pretty good. Had a cavity last time I went to the dentist. So I travel, film all over the Philippines once I'm allowed out of Darwin. Yep. I do the same. I'm not a person to stay in one place. I don't like it. So let's see here. Let me know what you want. I leave December 7th. I'm close to all stores in the strip. You have my email and messenger. Yeah, I'll let you know. I think I'm okay though, but I really appreciate the offer. Appreciate that. So vaccines to be available in USA very soon. What's your thoughts about visa-free entry with proof? Um, well, I don't know. They haven't stated anything about it yet in the Philippines. They have stated that they want to do bubble tourism with other Asian countries. They haven't mentioned anything about people from the West, even with vaccines. I keep scouring the news for it, so I'll keep you updated. But it seems plausible, right? I'm gonna head back to the U.S. and I'm gonna be there just for a little while. Um, yeah. Hey, Mindy. Sad news you're going away for good with your girlfriend. Well, the best place to go is where your heart is, wherever that place that is. Yeah, I've been here a long time and I never even really meant to stay here this long. I was actually on my way out of the Philippines in March. I was going to be headed to Malaysia. Things have changed, with the lockdown and everything. Ging now has her passport, so we're working on our next destination. I've been to most Asian countries. Malaysia isn't in my top five favorites, but I guess you need to find work. Well, I would totally disagree with that. I'm sorry, Critter. Everybody's going to be different, but Malaysia, even if I didn't have to work, would be in my top five. I like it a lot. I love the food variety. I love the infrastructure. It's clean. There's a lot of great nature. English is spoken, so it definitely would be in my top five. Again, it would be like a home base for me, and I would just travel all over. That's why I'd rather have a really nice home base and then just be able to travel around. But again, everybody makes their own opinion on what they like and where they like. So I'm dubious. I can see no. Being rich is a state of mind. Majority of rich Americans have no college and started with under 5,000. Yeah. So, Gio, I'm chatting with a lady from Zamboanga del Norte. So, where would be a good place for us to meet in 2021? Does she live in Dipolog? If it's in Dipolog, you're okay to go there. Um, but otherwise, I would meet up in Cagayan de Oro, would be a good spot. I got that money back as I was not in the Philippines at that time. Good, good. So, PetStar, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Very kind. Let's see here. I'm really behind in the comments. My God, a lot of comments today. So let's see here. In regards to the future of geopolitics, I would keep an eye on the Eurasian area as it would play a big part in the 21st century than America. Yeah, yeah, for sure. David, I have one bank here where I get FDIC at least up to 8 million. Holding company buys the coverage. Yeah, I think Singapore could be the way to go as well. Satellite Jack, I remember reading somewhere that you'd have to eat 63 pounds of turkey to induce a nap from that chemical. You're probably just ate too much. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to all Americans here. May God bless you. Thank you, Mindy. I started with a quarter a week that my parents gave me for an allowance. I used to collect aluminum cans along the sides of the road in glass bottles. That's how I started making income at a very young age. All restaurants will be Taco Bell. What province does Gio live in? I ask you guys since he won't ready this for another hour. Province? Well, I live in Dumaguete, Philippines. I think most people know that. Oslo Global Reset is being proposed, which will result in a new digital currency or currencies to replace the US dollar as the world reserve currency. So I will not put much faith in the US dollar. Well, it's going kind of downhill. Where did you get the pumpkin pies, Critter? I'd be interested to know. I would love to pick one up and see if it's anything like even a real pumpkin pie. Getting harder to get bank accounts outside the USA. Banks do not want to deal with USA reporting requirements. Hey James, how you doing over in New Orleans? Good to see you. No natural light beer. You just cancel your travel plans. Beef. There, yeah. There. Like I said, you can find good beef. You can find good beef, just not in the deep provinces usually. I like this channel. Still, your wife do it better. Well, she's much prettier than me. Oh, Fat Tuesday, yeah. Pinto beans. I have seen pinto beans. Yeah. I have heard of that. You have to be careful of what do they call that? Skimming. So you got to be sure. Cornbread. Yeah, you can order a lot of stuff from Lazada. My friend used to order a lot of stuff from Lazada. Yeah. Resmini, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Very, very kind of you guys. Thank you so much. Let's see. Get to the last comment. Okay, I'll send you a YouTube link of the band I played in there. I was a session drummer for them. Classic Pinoy rock band, Eric Clapton of the Philippines. If you're into music, it was work. Yeah, I would love to see it. Send it on over. Very cool. So I know Ed is a big fan of the Dominican Republic. So in DR, everyone drives there with bright lights on at night. Some drive with the front light out, and you think it's a motorcycle. Yeah, with just the one headlight. I've seen that here sometimes too. So Carlos, is an odyssey to get out from here if you want to take your Philippine girlfriend. It's a bit hard. It's hard. Yeah. Cornbread is the sign of a well-developed nation. Grits, yeah, we have actually. Ging loves grits. She eats grits all the time. Sweet milk to go with it. Bonificio Global City. So cornbread is available in Korea, but they have plenty of kimchi. They have top scientists working on this problem. Snow, have Ging study Vermont. Yeah. Well, we could go to Vietnam or Korea just to see snow. You don't have to go all the way to the US, but yeah. So I suspect you can earn money in a sorry store, but like any other successful business, you have to know what you're doing. Yeah, and most people who own the sorry stores aren't really business oriented. They sell the exact same product that the other person sells, and they don't really differentiate from the other store. So yeah. I would agree with that, Critter. I think there's much better business and more money to be made through online. Yep, I agree. Why you're not allowed to walk on the road on the left side facing the traffic. Actually, here it doesn't really matter. You can walk on any side of the road, but yeah, you should be on the left facing the traffic. Yeah, real estate. You would want to buy real estate in the Philippines. I think any up and coming area like the Dumaguete or Subic Bay or Makati, any of those places are going to be good. Sikior is another good one. Yeah, a lot of great places. Hi, Gio. Would it be wise to keep two separate bank accounts in case one is compromised? Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. I think so. I have one, two, three bank accounts. One in Vietnam. I still have one here, but I have one in the U.S. I also have Charles Schwab. So technically, I guess I have four, but I don't keep any money in the one here, and the one in Vietnam's just got like $100 in it. Chitlin cornbread is yummy. Hey, Danny, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving and everyone back home in the USA, especially North Carolina. Let's see here. Okay, thank you, Critter. Take care. Yeah, that's the problem when you have a lot of people in the room. It takes a while to get through the comments, guys. Tell PetStar to bring you some pumpkin pie. Yeah, no kidding. I think I'll search it out today. I do like crackling cornbread. That's my favorite kind. I'm not that familiar with cornbread. I didn't know there were so many different varieties. Hi, Gio. Sorry I'm late. Was eating supper. Say hi to Ging. Yeah, I will. Paul says hello, Ging. He says hello as well. Before the lockdown, my girlfriend was making around 35 to 40K Philippine pesos a month on her canteen, which is a lot more than the average Filipino makes. For sure, that is a lot more. 10,000 is the typical amount. So I fly back to the States January 20th. However, that could change. We'll see. Oh, okay. So you're going to come December 7th and then fly back on January 20th. Huh. Yeah, take care. Koreans and Cajuns like spicy food. Yeah, they do. I like spicy food. So guys, I'm going to go about 15 more minutes. We'll have been going about 90 minutes, and I'll call it a day. I'm going to get through the comments as quickly as I can. Daryl, I can buy a resort using a Philippine citizen. New York suggestion on a good beach location, price no concern. David's actually Critter gave some pretty good advice. Seek yours, amazing. You could also buy a resort out in Darwin or Zamboanguita, some good areas too. So Malaysia is an amazing country. It has seen the greatest growth of any Southeast Asian country, I've been told. I really like Malaysia. I really do. So, troll alert, is net nerd a troll? I don't know. So, Gio, where's your next destination? Are you going back to America? I do have to go back to America to get some things done, see my family, and expired driver's license and credit cards, and some other things that I got to do. So, yeah, that will be the next stop, just for a few months or so. So for me, the holiday will be Thursday, Sunday, but most of my work buddies were out Monday, Wednesday on vacation. Do they have turkeys in the Philippines? Do they eat turkey? They do have turkeys here. They don't eat them really on a regular basis. Sometimes, I suppose, but very rarely. Yeah. Pumpkin pie called Bertalicious or Nanos, legit American style. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. As you can buy, there are restrictions. Generally, Filipino citizen must own 60%. Yeah. Crypto replacing dollar. Christian Lagarde projects 4 to 5 years in Europe, so forget it for now. My neighbor raises wild turkeys, but they are pretty tough. Oh, and if money is no object, then search areas where there is more tourist traffic. Of course, you can always get a nice resort off the beaten path for a lot less. Yep, true. Janita, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you both. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. And Ralph, Gio, what's the best way to send a gift to my fiance in the province area? I heard the mail is a nightmare. It is. So Download the app Lazada or Shopee and just send it directly to her, pay for it in advance, and it will get to her. Just make sure you have her phone number on there. You're a grits fan too. Grits and cornbread, huh? So, Tony, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. I think the point people are missing is I enjoy running a business. To me, running the Sorry Sorry store was fun. I like a challenge. Yeah, I suppose it keeps you busy too. What were the hoops you had to jump through to get your girlfriend a passport? Cost is Philippines passport accepted widely, easy to visit US and Europe. No, it is not a widely accepted passport. I think you can go to like 60, 70 some countries. Problems with being offloaded if you've never traveled or you don't have a secure banking or a job here. Passports are cheap. They're only like $20 and it's good for 10 years. You got to have two forms of ID, your birth certificate. You need to go and get a background check, police clearance type thing. So there's some hoops to jump through. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving, David. I love Mexican food. How are the Mexican restaurants there? They're not good. You'll be sorely disappointed. um, yeah, you're going to be disappointed with Mexican food. You can find some okay Mexican food, but your best bet is probably cooking it on your own. But it'll be hard to find all the ingredients that you need. So, dark meat turkey, when made correctly, is one of my favorite foods. Not available at most restaurants. Yeah, there are a lot of visa-free countries for Filipinos in Asia. In Asia, yeah, some in Latin America. So, Antonio, moving to the Philippines from Canada as soon as I can. What's your opinion on an open bank account? We were just talking about this earlier. There really is no need to open a bank account here. If you have like a Schwab account or USAA, or I think even Fidelity, who refund the ATM fees, you are better off just keeping your American bank account. You don't really need a Filipino bank account. It's not really necessary, honestly. So, as of March 2020, Finland was ranked the happiest country in the world 3 times in a row. Huh. How do they rank that anyway? I mean, how do they determine how happy somebody is? So my girlfriend visited Hong Kong, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Thailand twice. Yeah, all without visa. Right? There you go. And Philippines is a skateboard, Malaysia is a F-16. Yeah, take care, Scott. Thanks for coming out again. I appreciate that. Jiyoung Gang, will you still be making videos while you're living in America? Yeah, absolutely, for sure, for sure. I'm thinking if the vaccine also required to OFW whose returns back to the Philippines. I think Juliet, at some point, you're probably going to be required to take a vaccine at some point here in the Philippines, probably more so than even in America. That's the problem. Yeah, Finland doesn't have Filipinos. That's the problem. Not even in the hospitals there, because there always seems to be Filipino nurses everywhere. You know. Speaking of turkey, are there any jive turkeys in the Philippines? Oh yeah, a lot of jive turkeys here. Um, hey William, good to see you, and also thanks for being a YouTube member, by the way. Oh well, we're gonna have to go the fiance visa route. Yeah, you're not to get in as a tourist is going to be next to impossible. Next to impossible. So. By the way, I did a little survey on my community tab on would you be willing to take the vaccine to be able to travel to the Philippines? Yes or no, or maybe. So far, 124 votes. 53% are saying yes, they would take the vaccine if it was required to travel to the Philippines. 33% are saying no. 14% are saying maybe. So, guys, make sure you go to the community tab and vote on that if you would. See, did yeah, you're right. Mexican food is horrible there. Used to be a Taco Bell at the mall next to or at the Coliseum, Gateway Mall in Cubao. Of course, that's not Mexican food. I used to go to a Mexican restaurant in Cebu in the mall, and it was okay. It was not great, but guys, you were not going to get top notch Mexican food here. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, if you want Finland, you could skip Finland and just go to Minnesota. Made you laugh. Both have a lot of lakes. Yeah, I think that's why Minnesota has so many Norwegian, Swedish, Finnish um, people that live there because it was similar to the same landscape and everything that they had, and so they moved there. Community tab is on the Yahoo page, or not Yahoo. I'm sorry, the YouTube page on the Geo in the Philippines YouTube page. You'll see it. 2020 has been a trying year for the world, but saying a prayer of thanks today seems like a great thing to do. Happy Thanksgiving, all. Thank you, Danny, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody here. I know you guys are having it tomorrow. We're actually having our Thanksgiving tomorrow too. We got a lot of friends meeting up, and we're all gonna eat at this big Thanksgiving buffet. So we're pretty excited. And Ging has never had Thanksgiving food. I think Ging will actually do a vlog on it, so you guys can check out Ging's adventures and see us all hanging out. So yeah, checking out the Thanksgiving dinner there. Finland vaulted from fifth place to the top of the ranking 2 years ago and seems determined to stay firmly put. This country of very happy people enjoys high standards of living, low corruption, decent Mexican food in AC. Believe it or not, I would kill for Taco Bell too. Back when I lived there, I'd call it Taco Hell, but now I would love Taco Bell. Yeah, no problem, Mister. Thank you. I appreciate you guys watching. British government's expecting serious side effects from the vaccine. Just look it up. This vaccine is nasty. Yeah. So see you, Paul. Take care. And hey, Major Tom, good to see you. Everybody, I wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving. There's still a lot to be thankful for. It's true. Um, exactly. Does McDonald's have any strange menu items there? Some, but not super strange. But I mean, it's always rice, and they do have some local stuff like the sweet spaghetti and things like that. So yeah, there's some Filipino specialties that they have there. So Thanksgiving has been ruined in New York. Our mayor and governor has placed all kinds of restrictions. Lockdown in New York City starting December 1st. Chicken and rice. Yeah. I'm anxious to see what the Thanksgiving is going to be like tomorrow. See how the food is. I'm not going to hold my breath, and I'm not going to imagine that it's just the best turkey ever. But it'll be interesting to see what it's like. So Ben, yeah, thank you. Thanksgiving, everyone. A lot to be thankful this horrible year. It really is. I mean, it started off as just a phenomenal year for me. January, February, March, things were just looking up, and it was going to be fantastic, and then it just went south. But hopefully, we are on the rebound. They're going to come back up. So, yeah, I appreciate that slow explosion. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Take care. While Finns have always been at the forefront of technological innovation, they know happiness cannot be found on a computer screen. Our secret is our nature, very literally. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you. I appreciate it. We've been going 90 minutes now. That's usually my cutoff mark. There was a lot of people in the room today, so I appreciate that. So again, I wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. Um, take care, and we'll see you next time. Just two last comments popped in. Ed says the hardest part for me about expat living throughout Latin America has been that I miss the great food in New York. Yeah, sure. Friend said they are locking down Columbus, Ohio on the first too. Yeah, take care. Not today. I'm actually going to go tomorrow. I'm going to go to a place in Darwin, outside of Dumagetti. All right, take care, John. Take care, William. Wow, yeah, the military always. I had the whole anthrax series, so take care. Take care, David. Take care. Okay, guys. See you next time.